crime took place over 100 years ago. The crime was committed in Medina, the city of the Prophet, western Saudi Arabia, occupied by its people, the neighbors of the Prophet. It was a beautiful and holy land that had existed in peace for many years. Then, in the beginning of the 20th century, Turkish troops already present in the city did the unthinkable. By military force and barbaric measures, they took control of Medina. To the horror and disbelief of the people of the city, the Turks attempted to turn Medina into a military barracks. Against the will of the people, they sought to separate Medina from the Holy Harem. To make matters worse, the Turkish army committed the atrocity of forcing many of the Arabs who lived in Medina to leave their land. The land they had grown up on, the land they had lived on their whole lives, the land of their beliefs and religion. The Turks politely called this forced travel, but what it really was inhumane savagery. Many children were torn from their families, separated in a most heartless manner. Daughters were taken from their mothers. Sons were taken from fathers. It became a land of despair, the displaced and the lost. During this travel barlack, over 40,000 were expelled from their homes. To make matters worse, for the people who still remained in the city, General Fakhri Pasha ordered a monopoly of food, which was already in scarce supply in the region. His troops ate well, while the people of Medina starved. It was reported that homeless children ate stray cats and whatever else they could find on the streets, while the soldiers filled their bellies and continued to inflict hardships on the people. Many people died during these dark times. The transformation of the city into one large military barracks for the Turkish army continued as the general disrespectfully turned the Prophet's mosque into a repository to house the army's weapons. In a further atrocity, and what became known as the Train of Holy Assets, in 1917, gifts that had been bestowed upon the Prophet from the 13th century down through the years were seized and shipped out of Medina. This desecration broke the hearts of the people of Medina. These treasures were sacred. They were holy, far beyond their worldly worth. These treasures were indeed the very heart of Medina and its people. The treasures stolen from Medina included antique manuscripts, jewelry, gold candlestick holders, swords, paintings, and other precious and priceless pieces, as well as the banner and machete of the Holy Prophet. This theft broke the people's hearts, but it did not break their will. This ignited the flame of rebellion, a flame that spread quickly throughout Medina. What the Turkish army feared most was a great Arab revolution rising up against Turkish occupation. The sun was now setting on the Turkish Empire. When the general was besieged by the Arab army in 1916, he threatened to blow up the Prophet's mosque. With his troops exhausted from the battle, General Fakhri Pasha was forced to concede. His men raised the white flag of surrender. history will not be kind to the Turkish army.